Good afternoon, colleagues. All of us who have been doing this work believe strongly that, indeed, education technology and access to digital learning resources can be transformative for education. As expressed by our colleague Greece, the point we made is that education technology has the potential to break down the traditional practices of education, of schooling, of teaching and learning, because technology has the ability to disrupt previous practices, as has been demonstrated to all of us by the COVID pandemic. So the promise of technology in transforming what we do in our classrooms is indeed tremendous. But therein, I think all of us acknowledge that there are indeed also grave challenges as a result of the deployment of technology in education, chief of which is that it exacerbates the inequities of education, especially when those without digital resources, those without access to digital means, will fall further behind. So it is in this context of how digital technology and how access to that technology within education can mean for us, the discussion that we've had thus far distilled our thoughts into a number of strategic ideas, big ideas, which we think should guide our thinking around how we want to move the promotion of digital learning across the board. Three ideas, primarily. The first is that we must focus on the marginalized and the disadvantaged learners. We must try to ensure that they have got equal access to digital learning resources as best as is possible. I think we are all aware that the advantaged students, the students who have it, who have got the resources, including technological resources, they are able, without our intervention, to be tapping on the kind of affordances that technology provides us. However, the ones that do not have these resources, they will face a greater climb and they will face greater impediments, and that's exactly where both the digital divide as well as the educational inequities will become further exacerbated if we do not really ride on the principles that we have got to try and reach this group of marginalized students. So indeed, principle one is very, very important. The second principle is that we must invest and expand investment in free, publicly available, high-quality digital learning resources. If we do believe in the power of education technology, there are accelerating access to high-quality resources to students, to teachers, to the communities around the students, including the most marginalized ones, will make a difference. But it is when we are able to reach them only if these resources can be pervasively available. And it must, of course, be free, because cost must not become the prohibitive factor. And hopefully, these resources must be high quality, that will cater to the exact need of the students, that we can make a direct impact and a direct impact on the outcomes of the teaching and learning process. That moves us very quickly, therefore, to the third very important principle, and that is that we must think about the pedagogical capacity as a means to maximize the digital teaching and learning opportunities. Technology cannot replace the teachers. Technology cannot be a substitute for teachers. The teachers who are doing good work can have their good work amplified by technology. And hopefully, through technology, we can use the technology to spread good pedagogical practices and innovation. So technology, therefore, as a principle, is an enabler, but only when used appropriately. And when we want change to happen in this area, we will have got to invest effort in building pedagogical capacity and promoting pedagogical innovation so that this can tap maximally the affordances that education technology can provide us. so that we can further digital learning to the maximum effect. So on that note, these 3 principles, I hope that you will acknowledge that they're equally important. And on these 3 principles, we build some of the recommendations around the discussion paper, which is based. So over to you, Vedha.